Rasakundalam Gokule Vrajamana. Iti Driksholila Birananda Konde Swagoshang Nimajanta Makapayanta.
Iti Driksholila Birananda Konde Swagoshang Nimajantam Akapayanta.
Lalila Birananda Konde Swagoshang Nimajantam Akapayanta.
Iti Driksholila Birananda Konde Swagoshang Nimajantam Akapayanta.
Todiyoshita Geshu Bhakto Jitadvo Puna Prematastam Sota Priti Vande. Namami Sharam Sachidanandarupam Lasakundalam Gokule Vrajamana. Visharam Sachidanandarupam Lasakundalam Gokule Vrajamana. O Namo Visharam Sachidanandarupam Rasakundalam Gokule Vrajamana. Varam Deva Moksham Na Mokshavading Va Nachanya Vrine Oham Vareshadapiha.
Param Deva Moksham Na Moksham Vidinga Nachanyam Vrineham Vareshadapiha.
Idam Teva Punato Gopal Balo Sadame Manasavir Asam Kimonne.
Idam Teva
Balo Sadame Manas.
Savira Tamkimanye.
Namami Sharam Sachidanandarupa Lasakundalam Gokule Vrajamana.
Namami Sharam Sachidanandarupa Lasakundalam Gokule Vrajamana.
O Namami Sharam Sachidanandarupa Lasakundalam Gokule Vrajamana.
Namami Sharam Sachidanandarupa Lasakundalam Gokule Vrajamana.
Idam te mukhamboja mottanto nilay vritam kundale snigdam raktesya gopal.
Ramte mukhamojam adyantanile Vritam kundale snigdha raktesya gopya.
Mushchumbitam bimba raktadaram me manasya virasta alam lakshalava.
Vidam bimba raktadaram me avirastamalam
Namami Sharam Satchidanandarupam Rasakundalam Gokule Vrajamanam
Namami
Sharam Satchidanandarupam Rasakundalam Gokule Vrajamanam
Namami Sharam Satchidanandarupam
Namo Devo Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jalabdi Magna
Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jalabdi Magna
Namo Devo Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jalabdi Magna
Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jalabdi Magna
Kripa Drishti Prestati Dinan Bhatano Grihani Shamamagam Edakshi Dresha
Kripa Drishti Vrishati Dinam Bhatano Grihane Shamamagyam Edakshidesha
Namami Sharam Satchidanandarupam Salam Gokule Vrajamanam
Namami Sharam Satchidanandarupam
O Namami Sharam Satchidanandarupam Rasakundalam Gokule Vrajamanam Kuveratmajo Pada Murte Vayagva Swayamuchito Bhakti Pajo Krito Jo
Atmajabhata Murte Vayadva Swayamocito Bhakti Bhajokito Cha
Kuveratmajo Pada Murte Vayagva Swayamuchito Bhakti Pajo Krito Jo
Atmajabhata Murte Vayadva Swayamocito Bhakti Bhajokito Cha
Tota Prema Bhakti Swakame Prayocho Namokshi Graho Meho Sidamodareha
Tatha Prema Bhakti Sakame Prayacha Namo Kshekaha Mesti Damodare
Tota Prema Bhakti Swakame Prayocho Namokshi Graho Meho Sidamodareha
Tatha Prema Bhakti Sakame Prayacha Namo Kshekaha Mesti Damodare
Namami Sharam Satchidanandarupam Rasakundalam Gokule Vrajamanam
Namami Sharam
नित्यदाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायतो विश्वसदाम्ने
नमस्ते सुदाम्ने सुरदीप्तिदाम्ने तदीयोदरायथ विश्वसदाम्ने
नमस्ते सुदाम्ने सुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायतो विश्वसदाम्ने सुदाम्ने सुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायतो विश्वसदाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयो प्रियाय 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 ओ नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयो प्रियाय नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयो प्रियाय ओ 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 नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयो प्रियाय नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयो प्रियाय ओ नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयो प्रियाय ओ नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयो प्रियाय ओ नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयो प्रियाय नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयो प्रियाय प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय नमो मिशरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं रसकुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानो ओ नमामि शरणं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं रसकुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानो ओ नमामि शरणं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं रसकुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानो Shri Radhe Shyam.
Good to see you. Good to speak to you again.
Yeah, you got the milk?
The milk.
Yeah, my mum's got some. Shut up. Yeah, the hot songs, yeah. Yeah, put a bit here. Yeah, just a bit now. Yeah, wait a minute.
It's here.
Shraddha Mataji, come to the stage, please. Shraddha Mataji.
What are you singing?
Let them start.
Yeah, you can sing.
You start. Hari bol. Syam. Syam. ચાલો પેલા માંગુ ગીતડા ગરબા ગા
एक मिनट एक मिनट
श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे राधे जय जय श्री राधे श्री राधे लाडली स्वामिनी जय जय श्री राधे श्री राधा मेरी स्वामिनी मैं राधे को दास जन्म जन्म नुह दीजिए श्री वृंदावन वास श्री वृंदावन में वास करो रटो नित राधे राधे भगतन के प्रसाद चखू में नित राधे राधे हे स्वामिनी हे लाडली मोहे अपनों कर लीजे लाडली मोहे अपनों कर लीजे और दिए कछु भावत नाही श्री वृंदावन रज दीजे मोहे अपनों कर लीजे खाग मृग पशु पक्षी यावन के खाग मृग पशु पक्षी यावन के चरण शरण रख लीजे प्यास स्वामिनी की छवि निर्गत मोहे महल ठहरनी हे स्वामिनी हर शामिनी भामिनी आप मोरी सुधि दीजे हा करी बिगाड़ दिवो चुक माफ कर दीजे दीन टेर सुन देख गरीबी जो क्यों ही अपनी जे ललित लड़े थी श्री वृंदावन रज अधिकारी की जय ललित लड़े थी श्री वृंदावन रज अधिकारी की जय हे स्वामिनी हर्षामिनी भामिनी कोटि चंद्र उजियारी सदा सुख दैनी कोकिल बनी श्री वृंदा विपिन प्यारी सदा प्रसन्न रास रस रसिके श्याम प्रेम मतवारी माम हृदय निकुंज में आन बसो कीरत की राज दुलारी माम हृदय निकुंज में आन बसो कीरत की राज दुलारी हे लाडली हे स्वामिनी जय जय श्री राधे श्री वृंदावन मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन अच्छा वृंदावन मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन वृंदावन
मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन
श्री वृंदावन मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन वृंदावन
मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन
श्री वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन, श्री वृंदावन
प्यारो वृंदावन,
मेरो वृंदावन नीको वृंदावन, मेरो
वृंदावन नीको वृंदावन,
मेरो वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन,
वृंदावन नीको वृंदावन,
हाँ हाँ वृंदावन
नीको वृंदावन,
प्यारो वृंदावन,
वृंदावन
श्री वृंदावन मोहनगर रूठी वृंदावन, कहाँ तेरो हार कहाँ री नथ बेसर, कहाँ तेरो कहाँ तेरो हार कहाँ री नथ बेसर, कहाँ तेरी मोतियन लर टूटी वृंदावन, कहाँ तेरी मोतियन लर श्री वृंदावन मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन, गोकुल मेरो हार मथुरा में नथ बेसर, गोकुल मेरो हार गोकुल मेरो हार मथुरा में नथ बेसर, एक कुंज गलिन में मेरी लर टूटी वृंदावन, जय हो गोकुल मेरो हार मथुरा में नथ बेसर, मथुरा में नथ बेसर, गोकुल मेरो हार मथुरा में नथ बेसर, एक कुंज गली में मेरी लर टूटी वृंदावन, कुंज गलिन मेरी लर टूटी वृंदावन, श्री वृंदावन मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन, जय हो प्यारो वृंदावन, प्यारो वृंदावन, प्यारो नीको वृंदावन, महावृंदावन मेरो वृंदावन, प्यारो वृंदावन, जय जय वृंदावन, श्री वृंदावन मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन, श्री वृंदावन मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन, सूरदास हरि तिहरे मिलन को, सूरदास हरि तिहरे मिलन को, सूरदास हरि तुमरे मिलन को, बरबस में मेरी पायल टूटी वृंदावन, बरबस मेरी पायल टूटी वृंदावन, वृंदावन मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन, मेरो वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन, प्यारो वृंदावन,
नीको वृंदावन,
महावृंदावन,
मेरो वृंदावन,
महावृंदावन वृंदावन श्री वृंदावन मोहनगर लूटी वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन मेरो वृंदावन नीको वृंदावन आहा वृंदावन आहा वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन मेरो वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन आहा वृंदावन नीको वृंदावन श्री वृंदावन 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 श्री वृंदावन वृंदावन श्री वृंदावन वृंदावन श्री वृंदावन वृंदावन श्री वृंदावन वृंदावन मेरो वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन प्यारो वृंदावन नीको वृंदावन आहा वृंदावन आहा वृंदावन आहा वृंदावन राधे 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 श्री 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 राधे 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 श्री 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 राधे 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 राधे
Wasn't that wonderful? Come on. Another one. So, एक काम कीजिए माता जी, आइए माता जी, इधर आओ, एक परिक्रमा ले लो बस, छोटी सी आशीर्वाद. By the way, if you look outside, the moon is out there.
बोलो राधे राधे, जय राधे राधे।
So what will happen is, I'll give the mother a little break. Now, we're going to do some Kirtan. Just a little bit simple without dance. Then you come back on. All right. Okay, here we go. Shall I make voice?
हरि बोल।
हरि हरि। हरि हरि। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम
राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे
ओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे
ओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
ओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Bol, 1, 2.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Radhe 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 Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe
Hari 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 Bol Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, everybody. What's happening?
Silence
No, कोई गाड़ी तोड़ी. So Hare Krishna now. Okay, everybody, relax. Everybody, please. It's a beautiful bhajaning sing now all about Vrindavan. Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan. So if you please, and our wonderful Vibhu is going to sing that. The words should appear. The words will appear on the big screen. So please sing along and absorb yourself in Vrindavan. Hare Krishna.
Everyone, now it's Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan. Let's just get immersed in the mood of Vrindavan.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan
Jaya Radhe Jaya
Krishna Jaya Vrindavan
Shri Govinda গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ
গোপীনাথ মদন
জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন
কৃষ্ণ জয়
শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্যামকুণ্ড রাধাকুণ্ড গিরি গোবর্ধন শ্যামকুণ্ড রাধাকুণ্ড গিরি গোবর্ধন কালিন্দী যমুনা জয় জয় মহাবন কালিন্দী যমুনা জয় কালিন্দী যমুনা জয় জয় মহাবন কালিন্দী যমুনা জয় 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 রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন কেশী ঘাট বংশী বট দ্বাদশ কান কেশী ঘাট বংশী বট দ্বাদশ কান যাহা সব লীলা কইল শ্রীনন্দনন্দ যাহা সব লীলা কইল শ্রীনন্দনন্দ শ্রীনন্দ যশোদা জয় জয় গোপগণ শ্রীনন্দ যশোদা জয় গোপগণ শ্রীদামাদি জয় জয় ধেনুবৎস বৎসগণ শ্রীরামাদি জয় 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 রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন জয় রাধে কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন জয় বৃষ ভানু জয় কীর্তিদা সুন্দরী জয় বৃষ কীর্তিদা সুন্দরী জয় পূর্ণমাসী জয় অভিরনাগরী জয় পূর্ণমাসী জয় অভিরনাগরী জয় জয় গোপীশ্বর বৃন্দাবন মা জয় জয় গোপীশ্বর বৃন্দাবন মা জয় জয় কৃষ্ণ সখা বটু দ্বিজরা জয় জয় কৃষ্ণ সখা বটু জয় জয় কৃষ্ণ সখা বটু দ্বিজরা জয় জয় কৃষ্ণ সখা বটু জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন জয় রাম ঘাট জয় রোহিণী নন্দ জয় রাম ঘাট জয় রোহিণী নন্দ জয় জয় বৃন্দাবন বাসী যত জয় বৃন্দাবন বাসী জয় দ্বিজ পত্নী জয় নাগ কন্যা জয় ভক্তিতে যাহার পাইল গোবিন্দ চরণ, ভক্তিতে যাহার পাইল গোবিন্দ চরণ, ভক্তিতে যাহার পাইল গোবিন্দ চরণ, ভক্তিতে যাহার পাইল গোবিন্দ চরণ। জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন, জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন, শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রীরাসমণ্ডল জয় জয় রাধেশ্যাম, শ্রীরাসমণ্ডল জয় জয় রাধেশ্যাম, জয় জয় রাসলীলা সর্বমনোরম, জয় জয় রাসলীলা সর্বমনোরম, জয় জয় রাসলীলা সর্বমনোরম, জয় জয় রাসলীলা সর্বমনোরম, জয় জয় জলরস সর্বরস সার, জয় জয় জলরস সর্বরস সার, পরকিয়া ভাবে যাহা ব্রজেতে প্রচার, পরকিয়া ভাবে যাহা ব্রজেতে প্রচার, জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন, জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন, শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী জাহ্নবা পাদ পদ্মে করিয়া স্মরণ, শ্রী জাহ্নবা পাদ পদ্ম করিয়া স্মরণ, শ্রী জাহ্নবা পাদ পদ্মে করিয়া স্মরণ, শ্রী জাহ্নবা পাদ পদ্ম করিয়া স্মরণ, দীন কৃষ্ণ দাস কহে নাম সংকীর্তন
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 জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন 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 শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন শ্রী গোবিন্দ গোপীনাথ মদন জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন জয় রাধে জয় বৃন্দাবন জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় बोलो श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। अरे बोल
Gonna read
Shall
the
we read the
translation?
translations? Yeah.
Scroll down.
So this is the translation. It's a wonderful song. I think it's the same Krishna Das who's written the Tulsi prayer. Namo Namaha. Here we go. Oh, really?
Translation by you'll do it?
You can carry on.
Okay. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to Radha and Krishna and the divine forest of Vrindavan. All glories to the three presiding deities of Vrindavan, Shri Govinda, Gopinath and Madan Mohan.
All glories to Shamakund, Radhakund, Govardhan Hill and the Yamuna River Kalindi. All glories to the great forest known as Mahavan, where Krishna and Balaram displayed all of their childhood passions.
All glories to Keshighat, where Krishna killed the Keshi demon. All glories to the Vamshivata tree, where Krishna attracted all the gopis to come by playing his flute. Glories to all the 12 forests of Raja. All these places, the son of Nanda, Sri Krishna, performed all of his pastimes. All glories.
Everybody reads together. 1, 2, 3.
All glories to Krishna's divine father and mother, Nanda and Yashoda. All glories to the cowherd boys, headed by Sridham, the older brother of Srimati Radharani and Ananga Manjari. All glories to the cows and calves of Raja. All glories to Radha's divine father and mother, Rishabhanu, and the beautiful Kirtida. All glories to Purnamashi, the mother of Sandipani Muni, grandmother of Madhumangal and Nandamukhi, and beloved disciple of Devarshi Narada. All glories to the young cowherd maidens of Raja. All glories to Gopishwara Shiva, who resides in Vrindavan in order to protect the holy Dham. All glories to Krishna's funny Brahman friend, Madhumangal. All glories to Ramaghat, where Lord Balaram performed his rasa dance. All glories to Lord Balaram, the son of Rohini. All glories to all of the residents of Vrindavan. All glories to the wives of the proud Vedic Brahmanas. All glories to the wives of the Kaliya serpent. Through pure devotion, they all obtained the lotus feet of Lord Govinda. All glories to the place where the rasa dance of Sri Krishna was performed. All glories to Radha and Shyam. All glories to the divine rasa dance, which is the most beautiful of all of Krishna's pastimes. Haribol! All glories to the love, which is the most excellent of all rasas and is propagated in by Sri Krishna in the form of divine Parakiya Bhav, paramount love. Remembering the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda's consort, Sri Janava Devi, this very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna sings the Sankirtan of the holy name.
This song is to be rendered in Rag Manji Kamja in...
Okay, what we're going to do now is a little pace. I'm going to ask you what you want. Do you want to go out there and sing a little bit under the moon, or you want to go in the park? I've just checked, there's no cars or anything. So go in the park and under the moon, just do a little Mahamantra. Which one do you want, the four-chord here? I would prefer the park.
Park, yeah.
Park. Afterwards. Then you come back and do Gopigi. Because we're going to look for Krishna. So I'll give you a background. This Raspanchadhyay. First chapter is Krishna sees the moon, sees the flowers. And so he sees all the flowers, lilies and everything. Suddenly he feels, I want to dance, right? So he gets his Vamsi, starts to play. And that Vamsi calls each gopi who longed that Krishna should be their husband. So they all heard their names. So one was just bathing, and she quickly put whatever clothes to leave home. And you can see, if it was sensual, usually when people go to discos, they don't go half clothed or just put on anything and go. They really dress up, right? So that shows you this is nothing to do with lust. It's Krishna's call, they just leave. Another one is doing some other household work, baking, they just leave that. One was milking, spilled the milk. They all were called and then they ran. So the first chapter is all about Krishna wanted that now's the time, I promise all these devotees of mine, millions of them, that I would dance with them. So that's chapter 1. So then they all turn up. And they stand there and he goes, okay, welcome ladies. He actually said, welcome ladies, not in English. But he was like, welcome ladies. Good. Hi. Anyway, so welcome ladies. Why have you come here? We come to see the beauty of Vrindavan. And they all nodded. He goes, now you've seen it. It's dark. There's beasts there. What are you doing in the forest? You should go back. And also remember, you're all married. You all have husbands. What are you doing? Abandoning your husbands and all that, and your children. You can't do that. That's adharma. First he calls them, then he tells them lecture. And they're thinking, Pehle bula liya, abhi lecture de raha hai. And then they just felt so sad that he's saying, go away. And with the toe, they were just marking the ground like that because they didn't say anything. But they started to cry. And when they start to cry, then some of them took the guts to say, excuse me, Krishna, don't do that. First you call us, we abandon everybody. They're not going to accept us now. So please, you know, we can't go back. In your presence, once we've seen you, other men we don't even want to be near other men, whether it be husband or something. So tyag, that's what they renounce. So Krishna saw the determination. He said, okay, then come. So he does a mini, rasa, small one. And they start to feel wonderful. Because being in the company of Krishna, that's what they wanted. They felt so good. Guess what? The pride came up. The pride was, we are the best of women. Krishna has chosen us. Because it was just the women like that. When that pride came, Krishna realized when anybody's relating to me, if pride comes, that's going to interfere with the relationship. So he said, I've got to really relieve them of this pride. Similarly, in our Krishna consciousness, when we're doing well, guess what? The pride comes. And you're thinking why things are not happening like they were before. Abhiman aa jata hai. So then Krishna disappeared. So what we're going to do is when we go out, we're actually going to look for Krishna. Because here we enjoyed Krishna just now. We went through all the pastimes of Krishna and Radharani. So we're going to go there and we'll just do Mahamantra. They actually call Krishna, and Mahamantra is called Avahan Mantra. You're actually calling Krishna. So they did that, and then they start to act like killing of Putana, Shaktasur, all these demons, they acted it out. And some of them, because they were thinking of Krishna, and they start to walk like Krishna, because I am Krishna. And they're playing the flute, and they were all enjoying that moment because they're missing him. And suddenly they realize, we are not Krishnas, so where is Krishna? Then they started to ask the trees, have you seen Krishna? Tulsi, the deer, Mother Earth, have you seen him? You're so fortunate. He stands on you all the time. So it glorifies the earth. Then they start to look, and suddenly when they're tracking Krishna, they see his feet, then they see feet of another female. They reckon, who is this lusty woman? She must have worshipped, Aradhita is the word there. And he goes, she must have worshipped Krishna more than anybody else, that he's left out, he's with her. So then the scene goes that actually Radha Krishna are together. And then Krishna starts to pick flowers and offers to her, and she's enjoying it. And then suddenly she starts to feel proud as well. And Krishna goes, let's go further. She goes, I am very tired. Can you carry me? Krishna looked at her and says, okay, come on my shoulder. When she went to go on the shoulder, he disappeared. And then she started to cry as well. And then the other gopis came and they joined. They said, why are you crying? He said, Krishna was with me. He's abandoned me as well. Somebody at the door. So then, they started to all cry. They said, let's look for Krishna. They went so deep into the forest, they became afraid. Then they all came back. They came back to Yamuna. And guess what? Then they sang this famous Gopi Geet. So we'll go out there, we'll look for Krishna, then we'll come back and we'll do Gopi Geet. And when they start to cry at the end of it, then Krishna suddenly appeared. And when Krishna appeared, they were so delighted, they all got up. They started to feel good. But some of them kept staring at him saying, why did you make us suffer? They were really looking. Then one of them took courage and said that, please tell us why some people, when you love them, they love you back. If you love them, then they love you back. Otherwise they don't. What about others? They just love you. Whether you love them or not, they love you. And the third one is, even if you love them, they don't love you. So what is the meaning of this? Then Krishna said, the first category is, when somebody loves you, you love them back. He said, that's a selfish love. Because if they don't love you, you just ignore them. The second category is very nice. It's like parents loving their children. Whether their children love them or not, the parents love them. He said, that's the best of love. Then the third one, he says, either a person is a yogi, Atmaram, is satisfied within himself, or he's very egoistic, or he's very rich. Even if you love them, they don't love you. That's the third category. And so you can see now, the cheapest love is the first one. You only love them because they love you. The second one is the highest. You just love them anyway, whatever. There's no matlab or anything like that. The third one is second category, because if you're yogi, Atmaram, at least you're thinking of the Lord like that. So that was the definition of love. And then Krishna goes, I only disappeared so that your love for me increases. Yog, Vyog. And that's why when Akrura came to Krishna away, their love was tested. Their love shot up like anything. And Uddhav, when he said, Krishna, how can you bend on those women? They are absolutely brilliant. They're straightforward. And today I was reading, name Arjun. What does it mean? Right? Well, that's what people think, warrior. Arjvam. What is Arjvam?
Simplicity.
Straightforward. Simple and straightforward. Arjun is straightforward as well. That's what the name Arjun. Arjvam, Arjun. So straightforward. These gopis were straightforward. So Uddhav goes, why did you abandon them? And I said, Uddhav, I thought you'll understand. When somebody loves me, I give them vyog, so their love increases for me. It's a real test. So then he proved it, that if you love someone, even when they don't love you, you love them. So you got to love Krishna, even if you feel he's not loving you. You keep on loving him. So he's testing you. So please, these are the categories. And then they were all relieved with their answer. So then came the Maharas afterwards. They all did that. So these are the 5 chapters. I've given you brief. It's a deep subject matter. We've been struggling with it for so long. And I've still just given you briefly. But I tell you what, there are some Rasiks who explain every little Gopi Gita verse. They take long time. We don't even know what to say about it. But they just, one word, they expand on it. If this word next to that means this, that, and the other. And please, I want to thank you, first of all. Give yourself a big round of applause. Come on. It's the best Sharad Purnima we've had, you know. And thank you to Events Bride. Right? Events Bride, not bride. Anyway, so you came, and you think you came. Who has brought you? Radharani has brought you. Please realize, even in the Ras dance, she's Raseshwari. She arranged who comes and who doesn't. And there were many there who didn't even hear this whole commotion. And at the end, then they did the Ras dance for a whole night of Brahma, which is a very long duration. But guess what? Krishna has the ability, he compressed it in one night. It's actually as long as Brahma's night, he compressed in one night. And when they went home, he told them, don't worry. You know, he said, don't worry. Your copy of gopis are still at house. So the husband didn't realize you left. This is how careful Krishna is. Now, can we do that sort of thing? No, so don't try parikyava. Parikyava means lovers. You can have a husband, wife, svakya, parikyava is beyond marriage. So then this is the meaning of it all. Anybody got any question on that? Yes. Oh, no, he didn't. That wasn't the reason. First, in the rasa, a little pride came. It wasn't ego. It's like abhiman. You know, ahankar is different. That's like Ravans. Abhiman is they become proud of the situation, not proud of they're higher than Krishna. So there's a difference. He just dissipated. He realized that little bit of this, because of me, everything is happening. I want to remove that. The one with the Akrura, when he came, that was part of the Leela. And even that, there are 2 worlds in Vrindavan, Bom Vrindavan and Nikunj Vrindavan. The Nikunj Vrindavan, two-hand Krishna with a flute, he never leaves. But the Bom one, for Leela, he leaves. And he becomes Vasudev Krishna. So when he goes to Mathura, it's 4 arms. When he was born to Dev, he had 4 arms. But when they crossed the Yamuna, when the other side, it became 2 arms. And there's a Leela at one place, Krishna wanted to test the gopis, how loyal they are. Now, be honest, if Lord Narayan came with 4 arms in front of you here, how would you feel? Yeah, it's another dude, isn't it? And you won't think like that, would you? You think, oh my God, Narayan, you'll bow down or your body will start to shake and all that. So then, the gopis were looking for him because he used to dissipate a few times. And then, Narayan is sitting there, and the gopis come, and the gopis look at him saying, have you seen Krishna? They were impressed. Narayan asked, have you seen Krishna? And he just didn't say anything, so they went looking for him. When Radharani came, just see her bhav, so strong. The 4 arms of Narayan, 2 of them disappeared. It came to Krishna. She didn't have to ask him. He can't maintain the 4-arm form with Radha. Radharani's bhav is so strong like that. And where that happened, there's a place in Jagannath Puri called Alarnath. If you go to Jagannath Puri, there's a place Alarnath. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for 2 weeks, Jagannath, you can't take darshan. So then he went to Alarnath. And there he immediately experienced some ecstasy. And then he did Dandavat Pranam. And to this day, you see the stone, it melted there. That's the body of Lord Chaitanya. That Alarnath is the place where Radharani, it matches in Vrindavan, where this happened. So Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, that's one. The other one is, he left it. So when Uddhav came, he saw everybody actually very happy. He thought they're all happy. But when he started to talk to the gopis, they start to express. It's called Bamra Geet. where they express, why did Krishna leave? We don't trust him. He enjoyed us, now he's enjoying Mathura women, now he's enjoying Dwarka women like that. So it's a very, very complex subject matter. But you got to keep on reading it and understanding it. And what will happen is, when you understand this, the lust in your heart disappears and the love comes. Because there's a meter here. That way is lust, that way is love. And when you become grihastha, you move from lust to love, like that. But not completely love. But when you love Krishna and you read all these pastimes, it's amazing. In the beginning it's lust, and then it changes. And when you become Shuddha Bhakta, through chanting and bhakti you do, it becomes pure love. How can I explain something? Name me any Hollywood romantic movie.
Titanic.
Huh?
Titanic.
Okay, Titanic. Okay. So Titanic. Now, did you write it?
No.
Right. Were you the actor in it or actresses in it? Did you direct it?
No.
Did you produce it?
No.
You just bought a ticket or you saw it on television? When you saw it, did it emotionally move you or connect you at all?
Yes.
You know, when he dies in the ice, cold water and all that kind of you can relate to it. You cannot. But you didn't write or anything. This is just a movie. Okay? Fictitious. Can you imagine if you're reading Bhagavatam where this actually happened and it's Radha and Krishna, you didn't write the story, you're not acting in it, all you're doing, just like watching this movie, you're watching this thing. And what happens is, it starts to move you emotionally. Please realize, same thing. The other one is material, this is spiritual. That's how you listen to this katha, under the protection of a pure devotee or a senior devotee. Otherwise, like in Bollywood, they say, Krishna ne Radha ko liya, maine aapko liya. You know, they just relate like that, this is material. You know, it isn't. He didn't come to show example. Lord Ram did. Krishna, don't copy him, just worship him. Because he does amazing things. Because you can't stop him. So that yog is very important. Can you imagine that when you love someone, actually when they go on holiday, you say, oh my God, I wonder what they're doing. Oh, they're coming, the flight is coming tomorrow or something. And then they arrive, and you're happy to see them. One day, second day, you get used to it. Third day, oh my God. You know, not enjoying them so much. So the absence makes the heart fonder. Yes? So this viyog is very important. Like day and night. Can you imagine if it was daytime all the time? You think, oh, come on, you know, I want some sleep. I would like darkness. And if it's night all the time, you wouldn't like that either. So there's like a sign, curve. It's day, night, duality is wonderful. So Krishna is yog, viyog. Now we are Gaudiya Sampradaya. In our Gaudiya Sampradaya, we have Vipralamba Bhav. We're actually feeling, I'm missing Krishna. You get to know him through katha, through singing, through Mahamantra. Then you realize, I have a relationship with Krishna. Then comes a point where you think, I want to see him. I want to see him. So you go to Vrindavan. I remember first time I went to Vrindavan, everybody fancies, I'm going to go to Vrindavan and see Krishna there, walking with the flutes and all that. And honestly, and I was looking, and when we would go in a taxi to Varsana, thinking, Varsana, that's where Radharani was. So I'll be looking, you know, and there'll be peacocks. And because of peacock, it's called, there's a name for it, I've forgotten now. Alambana. It's not actual, like peacock isn't Krishna, but because you see peacock, it reminds you of Krishna. So many things, you know, the Kadamkana, the tree, Yamuna, Radha Kund, Shankund. So we were seeing that thinking, somewhere there must be Krishna. Very innocently you just do that, and it's magic. And as you keep going, you know, you go past Radha Kund thinking, should I bathe there or not? I mean, you don't look at the mystic side, because you know you've been into Radha Kund. But when you come to Coventry, somebody says Radha Kund, oh my God, you think, oh, Radharani bathed in there, Krishna bathed in there. It just grows and grows and grows. And now, when we go to Radha Kund, you just stand there, you fold your hands thinking, oh my God, this is where Krishna is doing it, in the Nikunj. But we're in the Bom Vrindavan. We can't see it, but it's happening. So always be very careful when you go to places. Krishna is doing his Leela, but you can't reach it. But there are others, they have, the 6 Goswamis had one foot in the Bom Vrindavan, other one in the Nikunj. They could visit Radha Krishna and then come out for us. So, can we give a round of applause to Srila Prabhupada? Because he gave us all this incredible thing. And when I was, we are Hindus, and the only thing I knew was Diwali, Karva Chauth, Raksha Bandhan, that's what we thought Hindus. Didn't know any of these details. But now, you know, having been in this country, experienced all sorts of life, Bhagavatam makes a lot of sense. Abhi chale aap? Park mein lag jana. Abhi chale aap park mein. 2 minutes. Chalo. Okay, everybody get up. Let's go to the park. Please don't make too much noise. No more than just a little symbol. Please do take your coats.
White. We could lock the front door.
Yeah.
Make sure that windows are closed in the kitchen.
वो पीछे से खोल सकते हैं इधर से चल जाते हैं from the back
Go to the back, yeah.
and lock
Still, we'll take turns. I'll stay for a while.
Yeah.